Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Rise Urban Nation podcast. We're the show that deep dives into the heart of creativity. I'm your host, Terrell Simmons, and today I got a distinct and special guest. And he's a multidisciplinary artist whose work transcends boundaries and tells profound stories. Joining us from the vibrant art scene of Rwanda, my boy, Louis Manishimwe, an art teacher and the brain behind the captivating, divine, feminine I can't even say exhibition today because it was so divine. Louis, it's great to have you here on the show. How are you today, my brother?
I'm good. It's an honor to be here for sure. It's an honor. So I've been waiting like this for some days just to be here. I can actually feel the energy. Yeah, it's really good to be here, and I'm good today.
Well, I'm glad you're good today. Now, tell us about the name, because I know me being Nigerian, my African name is my Nigerian name is Adekunle, and that means that wealth is around you. And I know most African names got some good meaning today. So just in case I didn't give the right emphasis on your name, tell the people your name again, and what is the meaning behind your name?
So my name is Manishimwe Louis, but the Kinyarwanda one means thank God. So the reason why they call me this name is it's because I was born in 1994. So if you know Rwanda, you exactly know what was happening here. It's a year where genocide was taking place here, and so that was the same year I was born. So according to what my mom told me, it was there's a lot of babies that died during that time, but for God's sake, for God's love, I didn't die. So she had to call me that name, to thank God. But at least, even though other people, like my family members, my dad and everybody was dead, but at least I was born. I got a chance to be here.
Yeah.
So she actually chose that name because of me getting a chance to survive.
Yeah, I gotta love that. My granddad used to have a saying, and he's like, and uncles, I would hear him say, "Yeah, any day above ground is a good day," right? And so that resonates with me from that level of being thankful and grateful for life and thanking God for that, and then making the best of that. Now, you have a unique story with your family too, because if I remember from us earlier connecting that, your family wasn't like mom, dad together raising you through your whole childhood. Tell us a little bit about that, the story of the transition from your childhood to adulthood.
Yeah. As I was telling you, during that time of the genocide, so my family members, my aunties, my uncles, my cousins, everybody died, even two of my siblings. So what happened is that I lived with my mom and other 4 siblings. So everybody was dead. So, and I was you understand that being raised by a mother who is in a I can call it trauma of losing everybody, losing things. It was not that easy to be raised by somebody who's going through all of that. So so here I'm here because okay, I don't call it as because sometimes it's hurt me. Me growing up with only mom, and she's also going through a lot. But to be honest, that situation pushed me to be who I am today. You have to be somebody, even though nobody's. Sometimes I feel like I feel like sad because nobody's actually appreciating what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Sometimes I had I've been hosting some exhibitions, theater performance, but my mom, she doesn't even live with me because she live in a countryside. Because me, I live in a capital city, so
Yeah.
she can't make it to show up in my exhibition. So nobody from my house who is there. So it's me who is I'm doing things, but nobody's here to appreciate what I'm doing. Like my family members, like sometimes I feel bad
Yeah.
because if genocide didn't happen, my people were supposed to be here.
Yeah.
But also I'm like, okay, that's it's a God choice, and I'm good. So
Yeah.
sometimes I feel it motivates me to do things. Yeah, actually.
Yeah, that's one thing I appreciate about you. When we were able to talk offline and get to know each other, like I feel some of that pain and that struggle and the complexities of your life, you've been able to, channel that into the energy of the art and exhibitions and the work that you do. And, I can't imagine what you and your family went through, but you've managed to somehow come go through it and come through it and come out on the other side of it. And I know that everybody who's smiling down from you, whether you believe in God or not, from heaven or wherever they're at, that you are making your ancestors happy in so many different ways.
Yeah, I believe that.
You are their greatest hopes and dreams, and they're like, yes, one of us did it, one of us made it. So I just want to take the time to give you your flowers. Now, let's jump back to the beginning just a little bit, because I know some people are curious probably how you got into the art. Can you share what initially drew you to the world of art?
Yeah. So according to what you were saying about somebody who's somewhere who's watching me, actually, I think we are going to talk about it. I have a project that I'm working on called Distance Between Us. It's I'm talking to the people that my eyes are not able to see, but I know they're around me. Yeah, that's the project I think we are going to
Tell
talk
me a little
about
bit more
it.
about that. You can't just sneak a little piece in there. So how did you come up with this project and so forth? And you're right, I was going to talk about it later, but now that you dropped it, let's go ahead and tell the people about it. How did this project come to be, and where are you at in the stage of this project?
So one day I was at my house sitting, and I was like, okay, I lost people. I lost people, but according to my belief, they're somewhere around here. Even though my eyes are not able to see them, but I know they're here. So I need to do something to appreciate what they've been doing for me. I know we are connected, in a thought, and I know they want to. Like sometimes the people don't believe that. That's also the way of cutting off with your ancestors, with your people that died. When you don't believe that they are around, you are cutting a connection with them. So I was like, I know they're here. I know they're here because I also want to be with them. So I said, let me do something to appreciate them. At least they see that I appreciate that they're around me. So I decided to do that. The composition of the works is do you know the African masks? Do you know them?
No, I'm not. I'm not familiar with the African mask. Could you tell me about it?
So I try to connect like this one here is one of them. I don't know if you can see. This one is
Is the
one of
one in
them.
the one behind next to the picture behind you?
Like
Yeah.
this one.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's a mixture of people and masks. So I believe I use the masks as the people that I lost, that I believe they're around me. So that's like the composition of the over
Uh-huh.
the works that I was working
Yeah.
on that project.
Oh wow. Thank you for sharing that. Now, go let's go back now that you shared that, because there's some other projects we'll talk about today in our
Yeah.
podcast interview. How did you get into art?
All right. That's a good question. And I like talking about this because it reminds me like where the reason why I started doing this. So after losing everybody, being raised with a mom, she's into trauma. She doesn't want to talk about these things that happened, the way how people died, and we had like this big problem of losing every information, the picture, the like everything, because people were moving through the genocide, people going there, people coming back there. So it was not that easy for keeping things. So we lost everything. So me growing up, I didn't see any picture of my cousin, of my auntie, my uncle. Like I didn't, my father. Like I didn't get a chance to see them. So when I was growing up, I found myself doing some drawings and stuff. So the more I grow up, I was like, I can draw. So if I can draw, I think I can bring them back to life. Okay, that was like the day I was like, okay. I was in primary. So when I finished primary, there's a school here. It's an art school. So I kept telling my mom like I need to go to that school, but that school is far from where we like my actual home. So like
What's
my mom is,
the name of that school again?
it's a Nyundo Art School.
Nyundo Art School. Okay.
Yeah. So my mom says like you don't have to go there. That's far from here. You see, we can't visit you more often. So come on, you can go like into other maybe accountants, go study an accountants. Like I was like, no, I can't do that. I want to go to this art school because I know exactly what I wanted. Then I couldn't share that with my mom because she was going to be shocked about the reason why I'm doing that. So I said I need to go to this school. So I end up going there. It is in Western province. It's a western side of the country. So I went there. So I work hard. For me to know how to do like somebody's face. So one day I will be able to do like my dad's, my uncle, my aunties. Like I can bring them back to life. That's exactly
Oh
what I
man,
wanted.
that's a
Yeah.
beautiful story. That's incredible.
Yeah.
I can only imagine your time at, is it Nyundo Art School? Is that what it is? Nyundo Art School.
Yeah.
That must have been like really during your formative years, or been very transformative for you. How did your education there kind of, shape your current work?
Like as I was telling you, like for me, like me going there, it was like the dreams coming true. Because this is the thing I wanted to do. Like I want to be an artist. I want to do this. That I have the motivation that was pushing me go and do that. So when I get there, I there's some funny things. Like the things I did, like the very first time I get there, they gave us a math test. I was like, seriously?
At an art school?
Art school? Math? I was like, no, this is weird. And like I was like, no, please don't do that, because I was expecting me going there. First thing we are going to do, they are going to show us some technique, some advanced thing that I didn't know because I used to be an artist, but I wanted some advanced technique. So they didn't show us like the first day, like gave us like math. I was like, oh, like, this is not good. This is not the thing that I wanted. So like the next day that we started going into art, I was excited. I was super excited to go to do that as the thing like I wanted to do ever since I was young. So it was a like good environment. Me living with the artists, like different stories, sharing. Like it was for me, it was like it put me in a good shape of me in a good shape of like being like the person I wanted. Like it was shaping me like, you got to do that, to be exactly the person that I wanted to be.
Yeah. You know, your story resonates with me on so many different levels because like growing up, I used to like to draw too. And art used to be one of my favorite subjects when I'm drawing people and I'm doing the pencil techniques and doing the shading. I would do this thing where I like draw and then I'll take the side of the pencil and I rub it here and then I'll make my finger a little wet and I'll rub it and I get different shades. And then you can take an eraser around it to make the perfect lining. And then so I thought I was going to go to art school, but you know, Nigerian parents are very strong-willed. It's like no. My dad's like, art. How are you going to do to provide for yourself with art? My friend, study your books. Either you're going to be a doctor, a lawyer, or engineer. None of these foolishness of art. So
I understand.
I didn't get to follow my art dreams, needless to say.
So they didn't give you a chance.
I didn't get a chance. So I'm proud that one of us got a chance.
You see?
You're my hero because you got to do it. Now I know we talked a little bit about the bash. Tell me about the picture behind you too.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the like I believe like most of the saints are white people. I'm sorry to say that, but every saint that
be sorry to say it. Like I resonate with that. Yes, when you see the imageries of saints or like you go to, you know, predominantly Catholic Christian churches, most of the time it shows as white people.
That was the thing that I was thinking when I was creating this one. So I was like, most of the saints are white people, and they don't know exactly what I've been doing, like what I've been through, like what I went through, like. So I was like, according to my information, there's support. My dad, my grandpa, my ancestors are also my saints because they know exactly. They know my history. They know my culture. They know everything. So they're my saints. I call them my saints. I choose to give that privilege to them. I had to give them that privilege. Like, you are my saints. I know. If you are with God, I know you know exactly what to ask God to tell God to do for me. So not me being Louis, because I know there's a saint that called Louis, but that saint doesn't know exactly what I've been through. So I was like, let me use my ancestors to be my saints. So those are my saints. That's why like the exact reason that I did that painting. So it's
I love that.
I love that.
So now let's jump into a different painting that I know that I was reading the East African is it the East African magazine? I got it over here on my right screen. I was looking at that. And you was recently featured, or not too long ago featured. And let's talk about that. Like the divine feminine. They really talked about that in that magazine article. What sparked the inspiration for this particular exhibition, the Divine Feminine?
All right. So, like I think like last time we had a like a conversation. I think I told you a little bit about it. It's a
Yeah, but the people didn't get to hear it, so I need you to tell
yeah,
it again.
exactly. Yeah. So here is the thing. Me growing up in a house of more than three ladies, uh,
Mhm.
I had to know how powerful these women are.
Mm.
Because I was living with my mom, my two young sisters, and my elder sisters. So like I was if I go this way, they say come back here because I was living to the house
Mhm.
of women. So I knew exactly that these people are powerful. Not these things that I hear these days. People saying things like women, blah blah blah. But for me, I am a witness to say that because I was raised
Mhm.
in their house. So, I think if I remember well, it was 2 years ago. 2 years
Yeah.
ago, I think that's the time that I had that exhibition.
Uh-huh.
I did those paintings even 1 year early before I do the exhibition. Then
Mhm.
I was always saying, uh, I need to do this on Women's Day.
Mhm.
But every time, like the first 2020, it was COVID time. I couldn't do anything. The next year also COVID, and I was like,
Mhm.
I need to do it. By the way, even though I can't do it on Women's Day because I wanted to share this story of me meeting like the strong people that are people didn't expect to be strong, and
Mm.
I found them stronger than anybody else could think. So I was like,
Mhm.
I need to tell people this story. This these are my angels. Because I know they put a lot of things on my way of me growing up. So that's
Mhm.
what I decided to call it the divine feminine. Like it's a this thing is a divine. Me like this. It's a it is more beyond more than
Mhm.
anybody can think of.
Mhm.
Like my mom is there every day,
Mhm.
even though like we're not together, but I know she's there. She's
Mhm.
calling God, still playing some plays for me to live my life well, trying to put some food on the table. Like I don't know. Like this life of a single mothers is it's another class people should take to learn how these mothers do their things. It's like sometimes they don't have jobs,
Mhm.
but they make it like having like more than 4, 5 kids, and you make it to raise them around, paying school fees, putting food on the table, make sure they have clothes. Like it was uh, like sometimes I tell my friend that it's a work of God. God put my mother there just to show me how uh like to give me like the story to tell people because
Mhm.
I'm into art, and God had to give me a story to tell. So you are into art, but you need a story to tell.
Mhm.
So God gave me like these people around me, so I can have a story to tell the world. Like
Mhm.
my like women are they deserve much respect as that's what I can say. Like
Yeah. 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 You know, when I think about all the black women that have been in my life, or even that I've read about in history, or who have paved the way, you could go from my own mother to Harriet Tubman to Rosa Parks, at least from U.S.
yeah,
Diaspora. These women were really very strong, groundbreaking women. They they rose up against uh, evilness, wickedness, gave hope, gave refuge, gave food, gave shelter, gave confidence at a time when it wasn't really popular or the best time to stand up against certain things, right? And
Yeah.
revolt against it when it could cost them their lives and the lives of many others. And there's probably even more women that stories have not been told.
Yeah,
I
for
even think
sure.
about like the all the companies that I've worked in, like the stories that have not been told of the women in those organizations that have helped shape or transform the organization, but they won't get those accolades because they're often overlooked or
Yeah.
undervalued for the contributions that they make. So I really resonate with the different stories that you're weaving into the art. And it's fascinating, you know, how you weave the stories of womanhood into your art in this exhibition. Because I remember you know, really talking about it, and then me getting to see some of it through the online stuff.
Yeah.
You've used quite a range of mediums, from aluminum foil to wood to oil. Like what are those oil strips that you use? What do you call them? Or
Oh,
old tire, is it old tire strips or something like that? I forget what it is, but you use different mediums. What draws
yeah.
you to such diverse materials in your art?
Yeah. Like for me, like when I'm doing art, like I had to learn that you don't need too much to do art. You
Hmm.
don't only need painting. You don't only need some charcoals or any other things. You can use something that is close to you, um, because like the same thing. Like it's like you don't need to tell a story that is far from you. You need to tell the story that is close to you. You know exactly what happened. So for me, like if I have this one, this marker, I know exactly I have it. I can
Hmm.
use it, and I know I also have a story close to me to tell. If I have this one close to me, I can use it very like more than me waiting for getting some painting from abroad, waiting for the other things. That time that I'm not getting exactly the materials that I want to use, I have a lot of stuff. I don't have no excuse to come and tell people I'm not doing art because I don't have no materials. Uh, you have a lot of things. You have sand. You have like everything close to you. You can put them together and create uh, an artwork, so people can see exactly the story you want to tell. Today I'm using paintings. Maybe tomorrow I'm going to be do sculpture. Maybe tomorrow, the next day I'm going to be doing ceramics. So the next day I'm going to be doing a theater. So it's like every time I find something that I can um use through my story, I go for it. I don't have to be specific with any type of art material.
Thank you for that lovely response. So your exhibition is rich with symbolism, especially with reoccurring elements like traditional drums and butterfly wings. Can you unpack these symbols for us? What do these symbols mean to you, or
All
or to
right,
your
all
artwork?
right, all right. So, like the butterfly wings was say, like that was symbolizing like the power of women that we
Mm.
don't see.
Mm.
So that was like the power, like she can do everything, but we don't believe that. We don't believe
Mhm.
that like she's able to raise 5 kids alone.
Mhm.
That was the perspective, like they wanted people to go like the butterfly wings was the uh, I was like thinking of that every like from the day she was born
Mhm.
until the day she's being a grown woman.
Yeah.
There is a power of her being her. We don't see. We don't believe that there. So I had to put those wings just to make sure that you know exactly. they actually have power. Yeah, that was what the butterfly wings means.
I love that. And then what about the drums?
The drums. So that was I had to put everything like from my culture to into my painting. So like she's a woman, she's doing everything, but she's also into culture. She know exactly what the values of hers according to the culture. So I had to put that there. So people, if you actually seeing my paintings, so you actually have to know like this is my culture. In my culture, there's some drums. People dance. People after all the struggle, after everything, we have to come back and have some fun.
Yeah, yeah. Music is so ingrained in our culture. And I think it's the food and music is the one thing that stay culture like stays even when Africans in the diaspora who are here in the U.S. who are descendants from slaves, the drums and the music stayed in the culture, right? And we know how to turn our struggle into beautiful art of music, and then even in the way that we make our food is like artistic. I feel
definitely.
It's all infused in there. So thank you for sharing that. Now, how does poetry intertwine with your visual art? What's the process of pairing poems into your paintings?
So like this started when I was doing this project, like this one where the Divan Feminine. I was like, okay, I don't have this time of me when I'm doing my exhibition. I have to be there every day. So I need to left something that if you come to my show and I'm not there, you're going to know exactly what I wanted to say. You don't need me to be there to tell you what I was doing, like the reason why I did that painting. So I had to sit down and create the words, put them together, and every single painting had to have like a story to be aside to go along with. So if you come, you will know exactly what I want, the artist want to say without him being there. So I had to sit down then like look for the good words, like the connecting with the paintings. So that's the day I started like putting some writings, like some poetry things.
I love that. Now, moving on to the cultural aspect, how has your work been received both in Rwanda and in the international exhibitions you have participated in?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like from here, you see, my country is if you see it in this perspective, my country is almost 30 years. So when I'm saying this, I'm start counting since the genocide was over. That's where when I started counting. So everything are coming back together, like the culture, things that because everything was a mess, everything was destroyed. So the culture, like everybody's, we are trying to put everything back together. So here, like people are enjoying what I'm doing. People we take time because I was touring around my country, so I went to more than 6 different places, showing them the exhibition. So people were interesting to know what exactly what I'm doing. But the funny thing is people from here they don't actually buy from us. But I don't judge them because maybe it's they're not they can't afford like the the painting or any other artwork. So I don't judge them that way, but maybe I believe according to what I see, this generation is like young generation. They're into art more than this old generation. That gives hope that if a young generation loves this culture, this beautiful culture of ours, it gives hope that maybe in 20, 50 years, people are going to be consuming our art. Like, because of the good culture, I know, I don't know if it's the same thing here there. Good culture, like a good art, it doesn't consumed by their own people. It does consumed by the people from different places. Like, for instance, like the good arts, like I've been organizing some events, but the people who comes, it's foreign people, people who are visiting country. Those are the people who are coming to my shows, and it's a good art there. But the people from here, they don't consume it. So it's a we still have to do a lot to make sure that people understand our culture. They need to enjoy our culture, because most what I believe is art is art keep history. Like, we keep history into art. So that was what I believe. So people need to understand that, so they can enjoy history and enjoy our culture through our art. Yeah,
I love that. I love that. And I'm hoping that one day you get to come out here to the US and share some of those expeditions and culture. So any museums, if you're listening, or any exhibition artists, if you're listening, make sure you reach out. I'm gonna put all his information in the show notes, or you can reach out to me. I'll definitely connect you guys. Now, before we wrap up, I want to know, what are you currently working on, and what can we expect from you in the future?
yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right, for now, I have 3 projects that I'm working on. Like, I might be 4,
Okay.
but the like, yeah, okay, 3 are done, and
Okay.
the other one are still working on. So 3,
Uh-huh.
these are the one piece of a theater that I had some, like, I had 2 shows of it. I think we performed it maybe 2 times, but we're still looking forward to perform it in different places. Also, I have a collection of paintings that I was telling you about, like the distance between us. You need actually to see them. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, so there's that is the second one, and the third one is a project that I'm starting working on this coming January, because I want to collaborate with some single mothers, like 2 of them. We are going to be creating like some works of art, like using crochet. Do you know crochet?
Crochet? Yeah. I know
Yeah.
crochet.
So that's yeah. So that's the thing we are going to be. I'm going to be working on that from January. And the third one is the other movie I was telling you about. We are actually I'm still writing, putting like everything together. So we will January, in the end of January, we start scouting the places where we are going to be shooting, including it is going to be my school. Like, I want to go to my school, and we shoot it from there at my school, because it's as I told you, it's a VISAGE de Mon Pére, like the face of my father. So we are doing like a movie talking about that, how I start doing art, creating wanted to create my, like, the face of my father, blah blah blah. Like, we want to put all those together, and we create a movie talking about that. So that's the thing we want actually to shoot it in May to June next year. So
Oh,
that's
I
I
love
think
that.
that's the currently project that I'm working on.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And so,
Yeah.
and finally, let's end off like this. For our listeners who are eager to see more of your work, where can they find you?
So for now, I'm I don't have like the website, but I'm using Instagram as my website. Like, so if you actually want me, if you want to see what I've been doing, you can reach me to my Instagram. It's a Manishart _1. Yeah.
Nice. And make sure you check it
Yeah.
out because he got a lot of great photos on there that really shows his work. You might find
Yeah.
him in a magazine somewhere where he's been featured. Oh
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
L- Louis, it has been an absolute honor, my friend. Thank you for sharing your journey and your beautiful work with us, listeners.
Yeah.
Make sure you check out Lewis's
Exhibition.
exhibitions when he comes to your town, or if you could come to his
Yeah.
town and support his incredible art. Until
Yeah.
next time,
Please.
yes, please. Don't worry. If you're driving, don't worry. I'm going to get all his contact information, his Instagram and everything,
Yeah.
and I'll put the links down below in the show notes. Until next time, keep creating and exploring the beauty around us. We appreciate you. We salute you and we're thankful
Yeah.
for you,
Yeah.
Louis.
One word.
What's one word?
Like one word is a thing that I learned from the word is a good thing can happen to anybody.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
love that. Good
Yeah.
things can happen to anybody. If you wake up,
Yeah.
Rise Urban Nation, with that on your heart and chest in the morning, you could turn any day into a good day.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening,
Definitely. Yeah.
and we appreciate you.
Blessings, blessings, my brother. Blessings.
Blessings.